Okay, good afternoon. I am welcoming my friends to our weekly Lunch and Learn. My name is Holly Dinnany, and I am with Family Partners of Morris and Sussex County. And I am happy to see some faces I know and some faces that I don't know joining us for our presentation today on laughter yoga. So as we're waiting for, I can still see a few more folks are waiting to join us in the to come in and join the call. I want to remind everybody that it's okay to leave your camera off. This is Lunch and Learn. We are okay if you are nibbling while you're learning. So that is okay with us. You can actually utilize the chat if there's something that you want to share or a reaction that you would like to share with the group. And I will keep an eye on that in the event that Melissa is otherwise busy leading a presentation. And we just want you to remember this lunch is for you. We are always looking for opportunities to introduce you to other resources, techniques, important educational things that we all need to know to help the families in our lives to be happy and healthy. So with all the business out of the side, I want to welcome Melissa Arnold, who's joining us today. We were just talking before I started recording, we were talking about she's got some pretty cool credentials behind her. Other than the fact she has a beautiful Christmas tree. That's not the only requirement for her being here today. But Melissa is the program coordinator for the Drug-Free Communities Grant of Mercer Council. She was sharing with us that she has a master's in public administration from Rutgers. Go RU. And she is a prevention specialist. What's the C? Certified?
Certified. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes. That's great. So I want you to, for those who just joined us, I would like you to share again. You had a little interesting experience right out of your grad school with your master's in public administration. What was that?
Yeah. So there's a program that recruits to the federal government. It's called the Presidential Management Fellows. And with that, I was able to do a cycle at the White House Office of National Drug Control Policy. It was during the transition team. Ironically, it was in 2001. It was right when we started seeing prescription drug misuse in the Appalachian Valley. So in Kentucky. So what we now know was the epicenter of a huge epidemic coming down the pike. We were just in the beginning of that. So it was a very interesting place to be. So I got to serve in the White House, the Office of National Drug Control Policy, on the transition team. And then I did some other things, but I had my children and I had an opportunity to be with them before they went to school, and then some other things. And now I'm at the Mercer Council on Alcoholism and Drug Addiction, and using my experience at ONDCP, formulating policy and things like that really helped kind of get me in the door there. And from there, I actually do a state grant where I work with FSOs throughout the county. It's called the PFS, Partnerships for Success. And that's where I met Miss Rachel, who is in your group, I believe.
Yes, she is. She's our illustrious leader. She is.
She's amazing.
She is.
So she was actually in my group when we were taught the Nurtured Heart approach, which we are slowly teaching FSAs, the kayak, the other agencies that work with us. And so she, it was kind of an intense week. Nurtured Heart talks about a lot of, it's a lot of introspection. I'm sure most of you are trained in it or have at least heard of it. It's a lot of introspection. There's a lot of baggage that can be brought up. So I volunteered to teach a laughter yoga break. And people enjoyed it so much, they asked me to do it twice. So I did 2 15-minute sessions. And Rachel thought of it when you guys were brainstorming on things to do during the holidays. So
right. And I'm
grateful to be asked.
Well, grateful for you to be here. And I think it's really, Melissa, in our earlier conversations with you, it just really struck me how passionate you are. I mean, it's like by day, you're a certified prevention specialist, but I mean, it's really nice that you have these other skills, Nurtured Heart, laughter yoga, because they're also related, right? I mean, I think we're all just trying to stay as healthy as we can and relieving stress in a healthy way, right?
Right.
So that's kind of important.
Absolutely. And the more we learn about addiction and the diseases of the brain and mental health, and really fighting for parity, that mental health get recognized just as much as a physical ailment or something wrong with you physically or something different and not necessarily wrong. I think we learn more and more about coping skills. We learn a lot about adverse childhood experiences. There's so many things balled up in there that we can all take different approaches to. I think I shared with you earlier, my husband was going through some medical disability issues, and it was just a really rough time for me. And I happened to get a free subscription to Sirius XM at the time. And Laughter USA, which is the clean comedy channel, if any of you are familiar, that was like my therapy. That was my go-to. That was the way that I refreshed and revived to face head on the next thing I needed to face as soon as I got out of the car. And that laughter is definitely my coping mechanism. My husband and I use laughter a lot in our relationship. So I'm glad that I can give you guys some ideas here.
That's great. And I don't want to steal your thunder, but I have read recently that, of course, there's a great power in laughter, which I'm sure you'll talk to us more about, but that your body doesn't, like, if you even talk about a time when we've all had those times when you've laughed so hard, you've cried. And I've read recently that even if you are talking about that time, your body still has some of the benefits of that actual experience. Like that's fascinating to me.
Well, if you think about how trauma gets lodged in your brain and can sometimes have detrimental physical health manifestations, I think it just is logical that good times and happy times when all of those endorphins are going is also locked in there. And just feeling that can uplift you. If you think about the smile, the power of a smile can uplift you, and it gives some endorphins, gives some serotonin. And there's been, oh gosh, I have some great friends too who love to laugh. And just like you said, just reflecting on that can kind of reset me and help me see
that's great.
Better perspective. So.
That's great. Well, with no further ado, you get started. I'm going to be your clock watcher and your chat watcher. How's that?
Thank you.
That'll be our deal.
Yes, because when I talked to Holly, I said the problem is limiting to an hour because I can go on a bit. So please, anybody who wants to go like this, you have permission to. I won't take offense to that. So thank you so much for talking me through a great introduction here. So I am going to be talking about laughter and laughter yoga in specifics. I am a trained laughter leader. We really don't have certifications, and it's not, we do have master leaders, I guess, but I am a laughter leader. It is a legit practice. Some people hear laughter yoga and they're like, you must be kidding. But it was actually founded by a doctor. I know Holly sent this out in her preamble, by a man named Dr. Kataria, who lives in India. He is still alive and he is still giggling. And you can find his YouTubes, and he's delightful. He's very calming and very kind. And I believe you alluded to this on your primary email as well, that he had studied the benefits of laughter and realized it was so good for your health. And so they started a walking and joking club, and they would get together every morning and they would walk and they would joke. But as they progressed, they realized that some of the jokes were a little offensive. And so some people weren't getting the benefits of the laughter. So he started digging a little deeper, and he realized that laughter on purpose, when you're forcing yourself to laugh, fake it till you make it kind of laugh, had just the same health benefits as laughing spontaneously. So he developed these laughter exercises that really mimic yogic breathing, that help your lungs, that help your body, that oxygenate your heart, your blood, and get out some of that stale air. I was at the doctor the other day and they said, okay, breathe normally. And if you think about it, you really breathe shallowly almost every day just to survive. Like, we breathe, yes, to survive. But how often do we really take those deep cleansing breaths and get it out? If you think about it, that's the first thing they talk about with stress management. Take deep breaths. But in truth, how often do we really do that? So I wanted to, these are my lungs. I call them my lungs. I might need to take off the light. I'm not sure if there's a glare. But have you guys seen these toys before? I see them at science centers and stuff. So if you think about the way you breathe, you really want to breathe from your diaphragm, from your lower body, not just your top. So if you think about it, you're breathing, you should not feel as much movement here as you do in your belly and your lower gut. So we're just going to breathe in and then exhale. Breathe in Exhale. Expand. And exhale. So if you can tell, you might have realized it's been a while since you breathed like that. So I just wanted to get started with that. So laughter yoga is non-comedic laughter. However, I did mention to you that one of my saving graces in my life has been comedy. So I thought, and I was sending Holly little snippets of things that amused me. And I wanted to share some of those resources with you really quickly. And if I can share my screen, I have one of my favorite YouTube comedy channels is called Dry Bar Comedy. I prefer clean comedy just so I don't have to worry who walks in. So some stuff gets stuck in my head. There are several amazing comics out there, and I'm not judging. I love my Kevin Hart too, and other comedians. But for me, sometimes it's easier just to find clean comedy. And I have just a quick selection from Dry Bar Comedy here that I want to share with you. As I said, this is just one of my resources that makes me laugh. This is a very short one, but I think we can all relate. And I'll play that for you now.
Together 37 years. We have a 22-year-old son and a 20-year-old daughter. They both drive, of course. You know what that means? As soon as they get in the car, they take over the radio station. I have to listen to the worst music I've ever heard in my life. You know what? I figured out I'm going to change the station. Sing along. Honey got a booty like pow, pow, pow. Dad, stop it. Call me Mr. Flintstone, because I can make you bad rock. Stop it! Why are you doing that? I blame it on the alcohol. My son says, you sound stupid. I said, I got one less problem without you. He says, why are you poking me? I go, can't keep my hands to myself. I love it when in the kitchen, my two kids, my wife walks in, I go, honey got a booty like pow, pow, pow. And you know what? That's her cue to give me one of those things right there.
There you go. Can everybody hear that? For some reason, when I share YouTube's, I can't hear it, but I can tell you guys can hear it. So yeah, that was just a really short one. Just something that just makes me giggle that I think all of us can relate to. We've either been the one playing the music or the ones embarrassing our children. So just something I wasn't sure what everybody can see, but I wrote down a couple things here, and I'll send this out for you to distribute. I just put Dry Bar Comedy. I put Laugh USA. And then some of my favorite clean comedians. As I said, there's tons of comedy out there. Jeannie Robertson, Jim Gaffigan, Mrs. Hughes, and Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias. Laughter truly is the best medicine. There's a lot of ways you can find it. And, like that one, that was 1 minute and 30 seconds, but it definitely made me giggle. I hope it made you giggle. So
not even just giggle, Melissa. I feel better already. I don't know if anybody else on the call, like I have like a little bit of happiness happening that wasn't happening before. Feel free to comment in the chat, by the way. Thank you.
Oh, I see someone already loves Fluffy. Yeah.
Okay.
His stuff can, it's mostly clean. Sometimes it's not, but as I said, I'm not judging. That's what I use personally. And some of you might have small children in the house. But I would like to get started here on laughter yoga. Now, I wanted to show you that laughter skit just so you could kind of get in the mood. This is a time where you are feeling a little vulnerable. Some people are very self-conscious about their laugh. My family's very self-conscious about my laugh. I'm not, but they are. Oh, did you hear that teenager of mine? She said we're self-conscious about you in general. Thanks, honey. So if you feel a little bit vulnerable, leave your cameras off. That is fine. If you're in front of someone, I will give you a couple exercises that you can kind of pretend and kind of get away with your laughter. Some of my friends say that they know that they have a 15-minute drive. They're going to use that for their laughter yoga when they're by themselves. Because unlike regular yoga, you're not really bending yourself. I am going to do a few exercises that require your whole body. Most of the time, it's just your gut. It's just breathing. All right, so why do we laugh? As I said, it oxygenates your cells. It gets your heart rate going. It can reduce stress. It can help regulate your heartbeat and all of the other things that happen when we reduce stress. It can take away some of those temptations we might have and just really kind of refocus us and reset it. So 5 things to remember: that there should be no new pain. Okay, some of us already have pain, but if you're feeling any pain while we're doing this, please let me know. We like to maintain eye contact. That is very difficult to do in this format, but when we're doing it together, it helps keep us present and in the moment when we're looking at each other. It also shows that we're in this together and that we don't need to feel vulnerable and self-conscious. Thirdly, there is no talking. As I said, this is non-comedic laughter, so I won't be telling jokes. Sometimes I make fun of myself, but it's not a time to really chat, even though I have given looks and people have given me looks before, like, can you believe this lady, or different things, like my daughter's giving me right now. But we try not to focus on those. The 4th thing is we're here to have fun. And the 5th thing is we use childlike playfulness. So if you think about how uninhibited children are and how they just kind of enjoy life, we can really kind of tap into the feelings here. So please don't judge your neighbors. That goes along with the we're all in this together. So some 4 elements of laughter yoga that we use are clapping, and we use our touch points here. It's also another way to keep you grounded and keep you in the moment. We breathe. As I said, we're going to breathe in, deep breaths into the gut and out. We're obviously going to laugh in different ways. We're going to start with a giggle. We're going to go to a chuckle. We're going to be really loud. And then we're going to kind of go down. And then there is a meditation portion where we just kind of calm ourselves down. We do have transitions within laughter yoga, so we can just kind of keep moving one exercise to the other. And we also use a special kind of laugh. So it's ha, ha, ho, 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 ha, ha, ho, ho, ho. And that's kind of one of the ways that we just kind of keep a rhythm going. So some of our transitions are ha, ha, ho, 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 or very good, yay! As I said, childlike laughter. That's kind of one thing that we try to do. Yay! Just to try to transition from one to the other. These are pretty self-explanatory. As I said, there's not a lot of body involvement, but on some of them, we are going to do some stretches and get some of those things done. So to start off, we want a quick self-assessment. In your mind, think on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling right now? Are you kind of annoyed? Are you thinking of stress, things that are going on? There's a lot going on right now, obviously, in our lives. But where do you feel mental health-wise? Because we will, or just attitude-wise, I shouldn't say mental health in general, but just attitude-wise, because we're going to kind of self-assess later on. So one of the first things we do, especially when we're in person, is we greet each other. And so since this is an Indian development, they use Namaste. And Namaste is actually a beautiful word. It means the divinity in me recognizes the divinity in you, or the beauty in me recognizes the beauty in you. And I just love that. So, and then we also have seasons greetings. I am going to have kind of a season theme to this, just because I can. So let's start this. So we're just going to say Namaste. 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 Just a gentle giggle. Just a tiny bow. Very good, very good. Yay! And now we're going to start moving through our exercises. So as I said, some of you are very self-conscious. Some of you might do this. So let's do that. It's called shy laughter. And you know what? Now you're feeling a little bit more confident. So maybe just one hand. And you know what? Now you're really feeling it. Oh, but now you're feeling self-conscious again. All right. Also, I'm moving around a lot, and as I said, being in this format is very different. When we do the Namaste, when we do the shy laughter, when we do most of these, we would be going around to our classmates. We'd be looking each other in the eye and kind of doing it together, and that's why it seems a little bit odd right, in this format. But I would be looking at you and just, and we kind of be acknowledging our shy laughter or different things. But this is one of my absolute favorite exercises. It's credit card laughter. And this is especially good when you're around people because you can be in the joke together. Especially during the holidays, we're probably feeling this. Sometimes when we open our credit card bill, all we want to do is cry. But we're going to flip that on its head. And we're just going to laugh because there's no way we're going to pay this one, right? So everybody pretend we're going to open up our bill and we're going to see the price. And then we can show it to someone else. And then they can show us theirs. So that's what we're going to do. Credit card laughter. Oh. Credit card laughter. All right. So now we're going to do stages of live laughter. And as I said, childlike playfulness is something that is very important to laughter yoga. So if you think about the ways that different times in our lives we deal with laughter and enjoyment and playfulness. So if you think of a child, they get really jumpy. So, and then as a teen, they might be a little bit more aloof, like cool laughter. Midlife might be pulling out our hair and like kind of stressed out laughter. And then older laughter, maybe it might be too much on our system. So we're going to start this. So childlike laughter, teen laughter, midlife laughter, and older laughter. So child. Think about kids at the holidays. Childlike laughter, teen laughter. How about roll your eyes laughter? I can't believe she told me that. Midlife laughter. And then older laughter. All right, very good, very good. Yay. As I said, this is interesting doing it by myself, but I'm so glad you guys are here with me. All right, this is one of my absolute favorite cell phone laughter. And as I said, I was going to try to give you some tools to make it so you could laugh, even if you felt self-conscious or if you felt like you weren't in the proper situation. We have something magical and something that we probably hate and resent and love all at once, and that is our cell phones. If you think about it, nobody knows what's going on that other side of the line. And this is an opportunity where we can just laugh if we need to reset. You pick up your phone, nobody knows who you're talking to, and you can just laugh. So just pick it up. It's that best friend who always wakes you up. And sometimes we want to share that laughter, so we can do, oh, here, listen to this. This person is crazy. And a lot of times you don't even need the prop because we have Bluetooth, we have headphones, we have different things, or sometimes you could just put your hand up there and nobody would even know the difference. Ways to find time to laugh. Cell phone laughter. All right. Eggnog milkshake. We call this milkshake laughter. And we, as I said, we have the ha ha ho 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 laugh, but there's also some other sounds. We use some vowel sounds when we laugh. So with milkshake laughter, we pretend to have 2 cups. One's empty, one has our milkshake in it. And for the season, we're gonna say it's an eggnog milkshake. So you're pouring one into the other, and we're making our vowel sounds, and then we laugh boisterously. So this is how milkshake laughter works. You go, E, 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 and you drink it. All right, do it again. E, E, E. Well, if we were in a group of people together, we could share our milkshake in an unconventional way. We could go E, 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 and share it that way. But my favorite part of this that one of my laughter leaders taught me was the lactose intolerant version. All right. So you have E. Oh, that's you. Okay. E, E, E. Or again, in the face. E, E, E. Now, one thing about laughter yoga that I didn't mention before is that it might start off a little bit forced, but by the end, it comes a lot more naturally. And that's what always happens to me. Like I feel a little self-conscious when I'm starting. I'm kind of reading the room, and some people feel a little bit nervous, a little shuffly. But by the end, it actually, you're laughing spontaneously. And that's exactly what we want. We want that childlike playfulness. We want that release of stress and those benefits of laughter. All right, winter car laughter. Very appropriate for this season. Yesterday we had a little snow down in my area. I'm sure you guys did because you're farther north. But if you think about the winter car, when you get into it, sometimes it just does not want to go. So we're going to pretend that our laughter is powering the car. All right, so let's start. We got our car going in the cold. So we can elevate our laughter. We can go from a small one and kind of and make it to bigger. And we're going to do another exercise on that. If you think about our snow blowers, our lawn mowers, if we were doing this in the summer, sometimes they take a little bit to go. I have a gas-powered snowblower. So if you think about it. Again, another slow build to snowblower laughter. And you can pretend to snowblow as much as you want. As I said, in a group, it makes it easier because you can blow snow on your friend. You guys could try to blow each other's hair back, all kinds of things. Now, chopped wood, if you think about our fireplaces, are perfect for this cold weather and outside the fire pit. This is a full body exercise. I told you there would be a few. And this one is a breathing and huffing exercise that really helps us focus on what we're doing. So we're going to stand with our feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to give ourselves about 3 feet of room. As I said, if you're in a group, you'd be kind of walking around the room doing this. So you're going to start with your hands like this. We're going to be holding our axe, and we're just going to go up, breathe in, and breathe out with a big huff, getting that air, that stale air out of your body when we chop the wood. So 3 more. Last one. All right, very good, very good. Yay! I like that one. It helps remind my whole body that it can be involved in the breathing process. The stretch when you go up feels good. Bringing your arms down feels good, and it helps remind you to get that out. Okay, meter laughter. This is a good one that we use with those vowel sounds. Again, very easy. If you sew, you understand how to measure a yard using your arms and your nose. Kind of the same thing. So we're going to start at our fingertip. We're going to stand right here. We're going to measure out increments using that E sound again. We're going to go E, E, E. Same thing, other side. E, E, E. On the other side again. E, E, E. Last time. E, E, E. Again, a good way to get your body involved and kind of measure your laughter, kind of make it gradient. All right, naughty and nice laughter. Okay, I'm sure we've all had this situation, especially if you have children with our families, where sometimes they're saying something really funny, but boy, you don't want to laugh at it. It's one of the hardest parts of parenting in my experience. But you find yourself going like this. My daughter's laughing at me because she knows. You find yourself going at this, like this. So we're just kind of to our neighbors. Oh, I know what you did, kind of laughter, naughty laughter. Oh, maybe, remember this from the playground? Oh, oh, I know what you did. And then nice celebratory laughter, laughing with someone because of their success. Now, as it gets colder, we might want to think of warm places. I know that this was actually one of our big things that we were going to do this summer. We were going to go to Hawaii. We had, obviously, our plans changed, but aloha is such a lovely word. It means hello, goodbye. It means I love you. It means I'm thinking of you. I respect you. There's so many beautiful things that aloha. So we are going to we're going to start at we're going to put our hands down on our laps, and we're not necessarily going to do the hula, but we're going to do aloha. Aloha. Hello. Very good, very good. Yay! All right. And here's one that I love. I kind of made this one up myself because it was something I needed. Because sometimes we get really overwhelmed, especially in the last 8 months, around the holidays. Sometimes you get in your head. Obviously, many of you are parents or family members. Maybe there might be special needs children in your life. So sometimes problems seem so big. And so if you think about when your kids were small, you'd go so big. Remember that? So we're going to start with our big problem, and then we're going to go down to what problem. So this is what I like to do. I go, all right. So we start out big, and then we make it manageable, and then we just brush it away. Ready? One more time. All right, so big, what problem? All right, so we are starting to slow down to get to more of the meditative side. If you have a chair, if you're not sitting, I think I'm the only one who hasn't been sitting. Grab a chair, and we're going to sit down, and we're going to kind of do a gradient laughter meditation. Now, gradient is just like it sounds. We're going to start off small, or start off big, kind of go down, maybe go back up a little bit. So just follow me. You can close your eyes, keep your hands in your lap, just make it nice and easy. So you start off. Deep breaths. We're going to stop there. And to truly cool down, we're going to hum. A lot of times people don't hum anymore. Sometimes we hum when we're nervous or when we can't remember the words, but it is a very self-centering kind of thing. And when you hum, you kind of feel a buzz in your lips and in your mouth, and you kind of feel it resonating throughout your head. So we're just going to kind of hum. So find a note that's comfortable for you and just kind of close your eyes, breathe through your nose. And then we'll end as we started, and that is recognizing the beauty in you. One could say the holiday spirit in you. So namaste, namaste, and just say it to your imaginary person here, namaste. Say it to the screen, namaste. Say it to the other side, namaste. Most importantly, say it to yourself, namaste, namaste. So I'm glad that we could laugh together today, to breathe together, to do a little bit of relaxing and relief here. I want you to just take a moment to assess again. Do you feel any differently? Do you feel like I know sometimes I get a little bit of a, not head rush, but you can feel the oxygen hitting a little bit differently. And you can just kind of feel it in your body. Maybe your heart rate's a little higher. You know, whatever, there might be some benefits to you from this. Maybe you're feeling a little lighter. I know sometimes I do. Maybe you feel a little silly, and that's fine too. And maybe you can laugh about this later, or laugh to yourself, because this was a time that we just kind of were cleansing it out and just kind of laughing it out. And you know what? Laughing at me and remembering something maybe silly I did is just fine too. But if it can bring laughter and it can bring those endorphins, then it definitely is a wonderful benefit. I want to encourage you, if you are interested in this, there are several laughter yoga channels. There's one out of Great Britain that actually has an advent calendar for laughter yoga with different exercises. Amazon Music has a laughter yoga time channel. I think it's called LYT. There is a man named Robert Rivest, and I'll type this up and send it to you, Holly, along with some of these other laughter resources. Robert Rivest, he goes on Facebook, and he has Facebook videos every day of different laughter exercises. So if this is something that you're interested in, please look to those resources. And I really appreciate you having me here today. So thank you so much, Holly.
Thank you, Melissa. I'm going to close out for Holly. She's muted herself. But thank you for coming, and thank you for teaching us these techniques. I think they're very helpful for me, and I hope that everyone else can find something useful as well. And thank you to everyone who joined us today for this Lunch and Learn.
Any questions before I log off? All right. Thank you so much. Have a great holiday season.
Okay. Holly's computer completely froze.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh,
which I could
you.
see her on mine. That's funny. But anyway,
yeah.
She's thanking you for coming. Thank you so much for this. It was really great.
Right.
Thank you.
And I see in the comments, thank you, Julie. That was very kind. Thank you, Kathleen. We appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.